Hi guys, welcome back. SIG makes a lot of great replica CO2s. I'm going to show you a few of them here. If you want to go to our website, you can see all the rest. Let's look what we've got here. We've got the P226 in two different colors. We've got two 1911s, and we've got the P320. Let's look at the 1911s first. This one is the Spartan. It's based on their 1911. You've got the Spartan helmet, you've got Molon Labe. This is when they're at Marathon and the Persians are coming and they're attacking. The huge empire tells them to give up all their weapons. And they say Molon Labe, that's the little note they wrote back, saying come and take them. So that is a cool gun. What do you get with this? You've got full blowback, slide locks back when it's empty. You've got a functional grip safety. You've got this beautiful beaver tail up to beaver tail. The trigger doesn't work until you push that in. To load it up, it's got a really cool camming system. You put that down, drop your CO2 in, and it just locks up into place. Adjustable rear sights. So it's got a cool, drop-down magazine that springs out. It's a kind of a thin, plastic deal. You may not like that. I mean, it works. Who cares? Put the BBs in, pop that up, and off you go. A fun little gun. This is the same as the Max Michel model that we carry. Max Michel's SIG's speed shooter. Normally when you come across a guy with the last name Michel, you want to mess with him, but not with him. Here's the other 1911 that we're showing. This is the tactical one. This one feels incredible. Full blowback, locking back slide. Again, you've got a nice beaver tail trigger. The trigger on this one is really nice, and you can adjust the length of pull with a little Allen wrench that they include here. This one, frankly, has been a bit finicky for me. I've got it working really well here, but I had to grease up a few parts and do a few things. So if you know your 1911s, that's a great model, but it's a little more finicky than any of the other ones here. Now we're going to look at the P226, which is my favorite out of all of these. The feel of this is unbelievable. The weight, the grip, the trigger, full metal construction, it's just top notch. I've never had an issue. We've got 2 or 3 of these. They're just incredibly reliable. Safety on this side, the hammer locks back. You can decock it. You can't tear it down, but who cares? One of the things I like the most about this is the way you load the CO2 in. You put your CO2, get your pelgun oil on it, load that up, and that's it. Just close the grip, and it pierces the CO2, and you're ready to go. This has a drop-down magazine, and I really like this style of magazine too. Load up your pellets. You can put 8 pellets in each side or 8 BBs. There's a little magnet right here, and when you put the BBs in, it holds them in place, and it's pretty darn accurate shooting BBs too. We'll take it out to the range and try it out. Now, last but not least is the P320. This is the gun that won the military contract here in the United States. A great gun. Now this one, frankly, is not of the quality of the P226. The replica isn't. You've got a solid metal slide. It doesn't lock back. The slide doesn't lock back when it's empty. And this is not the same, polymer that you find on some of these. This is kind of a plastic bit. But this is still a cool gun. One of the things I like the most about it is this. You've got a 30-round magazine in here. You load this up with pellets or BBs and pop that in, and off you go. So a really cool gun, a great value, and good feel. I don't want you to think it's not high quality, but it's not as good as that one, I don't think. That's enough talking about these. Let's go to the range. I'm not going to give chronograph. We're not going to do the trigger testing. For me, the triggers are all realistic. The chronograph results, for me, don't matter. I mean, you're not going to get, these are all fairly low-powered pistols. You get a lot of shots per fill, but you can't hunt anything with them. But they're accurate enough that you can get the realistic feel of the gun. You get the feedback, whether you're on target. The blowback does make you realign each time, which is what you want. These are for practice. You're not shooting $1.50 a round, you're shooting for pennies, and you can do it in your basement, in your backyard. That's what these guns are for. If you want to get a feel for the gun, or if you just want to have fun, that's what we're doing here. So let's take them out to the range and shoot them a little bit. So these guns are a lot of fun to shoot. They're accurate. They're good training replicas. They're just fun pistols in general. There's a couple of things you need to know that I didn't mention earlier. All of SIG's combat duty pistols are set up with a combat sight picture. So instead of the pumpkin on a post, where you put the target, the bullseye right on top of the post, they're set up so that front dot goes right on top of the bullseye. So if you're using a regular target sight picture, you're going to be shooting low. You need to shoot it like a combat pistol, which is what they're set up for. I mean, same as the firearms. The other thing is these make great Christmas gifts. They make great birthday gifts, Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever else. But you have to be aware that CO2 is temperature sensitive. So if you're shooting this Christmas morning outside and it's freezing cold, it's going to freeze up. They're just not going to shoot properly. What you want to do in that case is just shoot in your basement. Set up a sheet, put a target on it. You can shoot, if you're shooting BBs, that'll be just fine. Whichever one you buy, you're going to like it. They're fun, they're reliable, and they're accurate, and they're great pistols. If you've enjoyed this video, then like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.